In this video, we're going to look at how to create positive relationships, especially in professional settings. So let's unpack it. C.S. Lewis, the famous writer, once said that friendship is unnecessary. Like philosophy, like art, it has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that gives value to survival. In this video, we're going to talk about creating positive relationships, especially in professional settings. There are a lot of benefits to creating more positive relationships. First of all, when you're positive with other people, it tends to enhance the overall atmosphere for everybody. Second benefit is it is contagious. Research shows that when you treat other people this way, they tend to reciprocate and treat you in a friendly way back, so it increases the benefits for everybody. And lastly, one of the awesome benefits for leaders is that when people like them and get along with them, they're willing to go farther for you to get the job done. It's called referent power. So you increase your positive influence just by creating positive relationships with other people. So the bottom line of this video is that you can create more positive relationships through friendliness and likability with the people around you. And I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you move in that direction. So the first tip is the foundation for everything else that we talk about in this video. And that is you want to take a genuine interest in other people. I know that nowadays this is not the most popular way to handle interactions and relationships because we're all so self-focused and we're all consumed with everything that we have to get done. But you'll probably notice that the people who really touch you the most and who really reach out to you the most take a genuine interest in your lives. When we are only focused on ourselves, we don't tend to connect well with other people. And so what you want to do is, first of all, in your mind, say, I'm just going to take an interest in this person right now. Make it all about them for a little while. Ask them questions about their work. Ask them questions about their lives outside of work. Ask them questions about where they're from. People love talking about where they grew up. And this is how you can do this. Begin to take an interest in other people and watch what happens to your relationships. Tip number 2 is be easy to get along with. I know a lot of high maintenance people that are fussy and controlling about things, and let's hope that's not you. But if it's you, make sure you are easier to get along with than you used to be. It really helps in a lot of ways. For example, if you have a tone of approachability, so when people come to you, you're patient, you're kind, you're generous and attentive with your time, that's easy to get along with, that approachability. You also don't want to be high maintenance. You want to be low maintenance. High maintenance people get very fussy about things. They have a lot of particulars that they insist upon, and you don't want to be like that. When change comes your way, do your best to go with the flow, to be flexible, to be easy to get along with. You don't want to be high maintenance. You want to be low maintenance. And the third tip is to be generous with your encouragement. Words of encouragement, that's one of the 5 love languages. And when you're pointing out specific things about what people are good at around you, what you appreciate about them, it really can reach into their hearts and develop a bond between you both, because it's one of the most precious things to us is when people are encouraging. I don't know about you, but I have literally gone years in certain work situations where I got almost no encouragement from the work people around me. There are many toxic workplaces out there, and if you're in one of these, you can be a positive force for change by beginning to encourage what you see in other people. I use these 3 tips every day at work. As some of you may know, I am a college teacher, and when I am in the classroom, even though I'm there to teach and they have to perform well to earn good grades, I know that positive relationships in the classroom create a better atmosphere for everybody, and it helps the students work harder. So when I get there right from the beginning, I take an interest in their lives. I'm approachable and easy to get along with. I give them lots of encouragement. And as a result, we don't just benefit from having a wonderful atmosphere. We also benefit because those students are much more willing to work harder in my class. My classes are challenging, but they will go the distance and they will rise to that level of high expectation because they know I care about them. I've showed that I care about them. When people know that you are for them, they are going to go further for you. That is the bottom line, and that is one of the best things about establishing positive relationships, in addition to the benefit of relationships in general. Now, if you're in a professional setting, you're a supervisor of some sort, this does not mean you have to be friends outside of work and spend a ton of social time with people outside of the boundaries of work. I don't hang out with my students on the weekends, for example, and I know many supervisors want to keep a boundary between work and private life, and that's completely appropriate, and I support that 100%. Other people are a little more flexible with those boundaries, which can also work. But when you're at work, when you're face-to-face with people, the key is to build those positive relationships when you can, and you'll see that you don't really have to spend all that much time outside of work to bond with them. So in summary, you can create more positive relationships with people through friendliness and likability by using these 3 tips. Your homework is very simple. I want you to think of one specific person. In fact, I want you to think of that person right now. I have somebody in mind, and I want you to take one or more of these tips that we've talked about in this video and apply it in that next conversation that you have with that person, and then watch what happens to that relationship over time as you continue to do this. I'd like to finish with a quotation from the great Mother Teresa. She said, "Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless." Thanks. I'll see you in the next video. Hope that you found that lesson on creating positive relationships helpful. We're getting toward the end of a 5-part mini course in essential professional communication skills. I'll put a link to all 5 lessons in the description below this video, as well as to the downloadable PDF quick guide that summarizes all the tips for you in one place and links to all those videos so you can get right to them if you would like to. So let's get into the next video on collaborative problem solving.